L13 Podcast.
We're live here with John LaMacchia. What's up, Johnny?
What's up, buddy?
We got Johnny. We got Dee over there who you don't see.
Yo.
And we got Jamal next to us. What's up, Jamal?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on.
Happy to have you, Johnny.
I appreciate it very much.
Yo, I'm really happy. It's always good having Johnny. Johnny's one of my really close friends, so it's always easy to hang out with Johnny.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy.
Johnny over here. Johnny's fourth time on the show. Fucking longest running guest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so.
Wow.
I guess so.
Good.
Yo,
good.
it's
Look at
crazy. We've been doing it since we started it in 2017.
it. Okay.
And, we stopped for like a year or so, but yeah,
Right,
we've been doing
right.
it for a little while. And
Yeah.
You were kind of reoccurring for a minute.
It's always good to, come out here and hang out and chat. And this is really cool. The setup is really nice.
Yeah, it's all D.
Hey,
It's all
man.
D.
It's really cool, man. Thanks for hooking it up.
Yeah.
This is the fucking greatest metal bar and the greatest fucking podcast in the world, next to my podcast.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. So let me interview you a little bit, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Johnny.
What's going on in the world of Lucky 13 Saloon these days?
What's going on here? I don't know, man. Same old shit. We got shows happening again, which is fucking good.
Good.
All of May is booked up. I think most of June is booked up. Yeah, man, it's nice. Everything kind of getting back to the way it was before. It's fucking
Right.
a crazy ride, but yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
that's cool. Actually, wait, I guess now's a good time to mention that I will be performing here on August 4th.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Thursday, August 4th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Oh, fuck. Wrong one.
Oh, it's fucking harsh.
Yeah, man. August 4th, I'll be here with Chris Enrique's band, Light Tower,
Nice.
and Phantom Eye, which is man, what's his fucking name? Why can't I remember his damn name? I know this guy my whole fucking life. Nassau Chainsaw.
Oh, Larry.
Larry, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
Larry
yeah.
Hundemark.
Yeah.
His new band, Phantom Eye. They're really, really cool. And so, it'll be nice to come here and play a gig and be be around like a bunch of friends and peers, and
Yeah.
it's like coming home.
Yeah, so if you don't know, Johnny used to bartend at the old location for many years.
You saw the ghost?
I don't.
Did you ever have any ghostly experiences there or no?
No. I've had weird experiences there.
Well, yes. Johnny used to work the burlesque nights.
Yes.
Oh, fucking sounds pretty sweet, dude.
Oh,
Of
I mean,
course.
it was these guys. It was like the greatest gift ever handed to me.
Yeah,
you know?
and it was like, listen, it was like a small box, so it was just
Right.
like vagina in his face, like fucking all night long.
Sounds
Oh, my
awful.
ex-girlfriends loved it,
Yeah,
especially Lena.
yeah, it's a good, whatever, man. Listen, it's tough to be in a relationship in this fucking business.
Oh,
like it is.
I know. Look, relationships are just tough overall.
Exactly.
But
But throw some extra vagina in the
Oh
mix.
my
It's
God!
not
If you
fucking easy.
if you don't have a very I was going to say loose, but open-minded person that's generally relaxed about things and is not a jealous person, then you're going to have some problems. I really had no business being in a relationship at that time in my life. I really truly didn't.
Yeah, me either at that time. It was a fucking disaster. What are you going to do, John? We were young and we're supposed to make mistakes.
Yeah, I know. Well, I made, let's just say, happy accidents. The old Bob Ross adage.
Yeah, it was funny, man. Johnny started, I met you, I forget you when you started first coming in. It was pretty quickly after we opened. And then you had a Candiria record release party there.
Right.
And then it was, I don't know what happened. It was like, hey, Johnny needed a job. It was like, Johnny, want a job? And it just kind of fucking worked out. don't know what
Yeah, I
happened.
mean, what happened was I moved into the neighborhood right around the time you opened.
Okay.
And my roommate, Jason, at the time, he came up here and he was looking around, I guess, the neighborhood. I mean, there was really not much here at all.
Yeah.
And he found a place and he was like, yo, you would love this place. It's like got your name written all over it. And I came up and I hung out, and it was at a time I didn't even drink at that point.
Yeah, no, you
oddly.
didn't.
I would come to the bar and hang out, and I'd be like, I'll have a cranberry and soda. I'd sit there for hours, but watch the movies, hang out. I just loved the vibe. And then I started bartending, and I became an alcoholic. So, thanks, Jeff.
You're welcome.
Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, but I remember you went from drinking like cranberry juice to like tequila on the rocks.
No,
Right?
no.
Right? You
Well, the
just-
coffee Patron. I used to love that shit.
Johnny, that's tequila. It's coffee flavored tequila.
I
On
know,
the rocks.
but for some reason, the sweetness was. I mean, look, like any amateur drinker, you're gonna start out with like a wiki sour.
Yeah,
anything to make the alcohol go down easier.
I guess, Johnny, but that was all liquor. That
I
wasn't,
know.
You know what I mean? There was
but
no
it
mixer.
had it had the coffee and the
It did.
sweetness.
Yo, you know what I found? I found a really good drink this week. It's peanut butter whiskey with Chambord.
Oh, really?
Oh my God.
Really? Do you have peanut butter whiskey?
I
here?
don't have it here. I have it at my house.
All right.
Somebody brought Purple actually brought a bottle with her last weekend.
Very cool.
And she left it at our house, and dude, it's like fucking heaven. I could just, it's dangerous.
Wow.
It's dangerous. It's delicious.
Sounds gross.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
It does sound gross, but I mean, I don't know. I'll try anything twice.
Yeah.
You know?
I was hesitant at first too, man, but it's fucking delicious.
Peanut
It's
butter
delicious.
is my least favorite substance on the face of the
Oh,
planet.
so then you would like.
Really?
Fuck, man.
That is really weird.
That is
Because
weird.
speaking about well, I don't know why. We were just speaking about our friend Chris. His favorite food in the world is peanut butter. It's his. I mean, he's said
Wait,
it before.
crunchy or
maybe that-
creamy?
I'm not sure. I just think he likes. That's his favorite food. If you had to pick one food, I think he would choose that. But he hates eggs and,
Which
and
makes
bananas.
No sense. Which makes no sense.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah,
It's very weird.
Yeah. Do you know a black man invented peanut butter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
George Washington Carver.
Fuck yeah, he
Really?
did.
Shit.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
I
then
know
you-
history and shit, guys.
You gotta Jamal had fucking mouth surgery this week, so he's a little.
Oh,
fucking
you did?
hurting. Yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna be a little quiet today?
No, not really. I'm actually talking in a way in front of the microphone so that the camera can't see that I
There
have
you
a
go.
fucking tooth missing.
Oh, I see.
Right
well,
now.
that's because of the surgery.
Yeah, but it's actually been like that for a while, and I hid that for about a year and a half.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
Come out the tooth closet, bro. Come out the tooth
if
closet.
you didn't mention, I would have never known. Yeah.
I can't laugh because my face can't move, so I'm just like, it's all good though.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
This is really cool. I feel like I'm in a I don't know, like some kind of like art. The screen is making me feel like I'm in like some kind of like art space where like, you know, some woman's gonna come out and throw a bucket of paint on herself, and then like some guy's gonna come out and paint like.
If you come here on the right night, that shit might happen.
Yeah.
It might.
Well, I've seen. I think I worked at Lucky 13 when it was less a metal bar and more like a rockabilly go-go bar. You know
Sort of.
You know what I mean? In the early days, it wasn't as like
It wasn't as
straight
like metal.
up fucking metal horns, pentagrams.
Yeah,
it was,
yeah.
It was a little bit more like I would come in some days and some of the bartenders would be playing lighter music, not necessarily pop music by any means, but you would hear Bjork, you would hear Radiohead, you would hear stuff like that. Now you rarely do.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of different shit.
Yeah,
depending on the day.
you do. You know, especially on like Friday, Saturday, like Friday night, Melody will play some weird shit, and Val will always play some like weird goth music on Saturday night. So yeah, it still happens.
Oh,
It still
okay. See,
happens.
I missed that aspect.
you're just
of
not
it.
here
I'm
as
just
much,
not-
Johnny.
I really am not. I'm not. I used to live in the neighborhood. Now I live in Gravesend. Well, for many years. But now that pandemic is over, maybe I'll, you know.
Johnny, we're getting older too, man.
I know.
Like, you know, when we were in our fucking early 30s, it was like, you know, what'd you do? You hung out at the fucking bar 5 nights a week.
I know.
You know what I mean?
You know the thing that's crazy with me is like I have 2 jobs, well not full-time jobs, but I have 2 jobs that I'm constantly working for. I own a small business and I'm trying to do this musician shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have no fucking time.
Yeah.
It's like what did I used to do? How did I get by in the past? I don't even remember. I got to go back to that.
You probably didn't sleep, dude.
Yeah.
No, you know, I had roommates.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to.
You have roommates, and that kind of keeps the party going constantly. You know what I mean?
Also,
Like,
the rent is lower. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
The bills are lower.
Yeah, the bills were lower
It's
back
all
then.
me now. I have no life partner right now, so
Yeah.
I need to get ladies. I'll be taking what do you call it?
Applications.
Applications for a,
Still
for a
LaMacchia,
life
single
partner.
ladies.
Yeah.
See, I take resumes with applications nowadays. I need a credit
smart.
score. I need a Carfax.
I need family history. I'll take family history over anything.
Family history is a good one.
Yeah,
Family history is a good one.
I feel that's an extremely important thing when you're dealing with relationships. No matter, this isn't a woman thing. This is just a person thing. I think that will affect the way people, kind of the way they have relationships with people. You know.
Yeah, you know, it's weird though. Like I've had relationships with people who have had like fairly normal home lives, and they were the fucking crazier of the ones who had like, you know, kind of fucked up childhoods and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it's like it factors into all these other different things. Like, was this person the baby? Was he the middle child? Was he, you know, all of these different things. But I do prefer to know what kind of relationships, you know, a person's had with their family. I think that to me is important too.
It's definitely important.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen now, I just throw it all out the fucking window.
It's just a fucking crapshoot.
Yeah, because I've been like, you know, in a relationship with a guy, I'm like, oh, she comes from a nice family. Mom's really sweet. And then she's a fucking lunatic.
I could hear that just from you saying it's like, oh, she's probably fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking shit. It happens, though.
It does. What are you going to do?
So, Johnny, what's going on with music now? You got fucking LaMacchia going on now?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like, I mean, pandemic, if it did anything, it gave me the time to really, like, sort of really focus on music and write music and songs that I just was like, I'm just going to write because the world is fucked. And, you know, we didn't know what was happening. I've never experienced anything like that in my life.
Did you have a hard time writing during the pandemic? Like, creativity-wise, I mean, I tried to play music and I was too distracted by the world. I couldn't even focus on shit like that.
No, I found it to be like the only way to escape was to really focus on art and music and really sort of just dive into it and kind of write about what I was experiencing. I mean, you know, a lot of the record is about loss, grief, you know, all of these, there's different themes, but it is dark. It's dark, you know what I mean? It's heavy hearted, I'll say. It's not dark. It's not like fucking, you know.
Well, Johnny, all the stuff you've done in the past, Crooked Man to Spila Copa, it all has heart. You know what I mean? It's not like, it's not just straightforward, like angry or whatever. It's just got heart to it. You feel it. You know what I mean? That's what I love about it.
Cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's kind of, I don't know. I guess that's what I mean by like writing something straight from the soul or the spirit. You know what I mean? Like, it just, like I said, it allowed me to just forget about everything else and just focus because I felt, what do I have to lose? You know, who knows if I'll ever be able to tour again or play a show again or even leave the fucking house again. So I just wanted to write something really, really strong.
I got a question for you, Johnny.
Sure.
Now, the LaMacchia stuff, love it.
Thank you.
Fucking love it, bro. Fucking from Sun to Angels fucking Delight to fucking Bled Out.
Bled Out.
Fucking beautiful.
Hey, Frankie!
Frankie in his house.
Frankie's delivering. Frankie, just give him his fucking monster.
I smell like fucking coffee. I wonder why.
Thank you, Frankie.
Yeah.
Now, Johnny.
Yeah.
You come from Candiria, right?
Yes.
Fucking hardest fucking one of the hardest fucking hardcore bands with jazz breakdowns and everything, which I fucking love.
Thanks.
But now, were you nervous coming out with LaMacchia thinking that your fans were going to be like, oh, fuck him, he's soft? And losing them?
Nah. I'm not. I love that, as a matter of fact. Like, I don't give a shit. I'm going to write what I'm going to write. This is, you know what I mean? I can't think about other people. I have to write something from the soul. And if people are down with it, cool. If they're not, I don't care. It's something that I have to be proud of it. And I can't keep writing. I've been playing aggressive music for very fucking long. Playing in Candiria for as many years as I did, I want to play other music besides something that is physical and mental. You know what I mean? Like, that's what Candiria is. It's physical and mental. It demands your attention physically when you're playing it. And it's all here. It's all time signatures and math and you know, technique. Playing that kind of music for so long, I want to step away from that and find power in other things, find power in simplicity and find power in concept, idea, vibe, sort of like sonic structure and like creating sort of like sonic landscapes for one thing to be more prominent. Like Angel's Delight is a perfect example of that. Yeah. That song is one fucking
that's
thing.
you singing, right? No,
you're
not fucking. That's not you.
No, that's Candice Freshco.
Okay,
female
because
vocals.
Oh,
I'm like from one song to another. I'm like, who's fucking guy's changing his fucking voice and shit? Like, what the
you didn't know I could press a button? No, no, that's Candice. Someone very near and dear to my heart. Someone I love very much. And
is she the one on the picture for the album art
The
for the single?
For the single, yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's Candice. And we co-wrote that song. She wrote the lyrics and the melody. So this is another reason why sort of I really just kind of lost myself in music, because my world got really small. You know what I mean? Like everyone else's, you had your little circle of people that you could see all the time without risking, you know. I'd love to go see everyone, but you take that chance every time you leave your house. So, or go see this person or that person. So I became really close. Me and Candice became really close in a very specific time. As soon as lockdown happened, we just kind of like came together, and we were hanging out all the time. We were spending a lot of time together. And me and her have always worked on music videos and other kinds of art in the past. She's been in a couple of the Spila Copa videos in the past. She's helped Candiria in the past do merchandise for us. So she's just somebody who has always been around, someone I appreciate their art sort of driven. I don't know. Her lifestyle is very strange in a way, because she's not like a painter or a photographer or a singer, but she dabbles in all of these things.
Yeah.
So
she's creative.
She's a very creative person. Thank you.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what she is. She's a freelance creative.
Yeah.
In during the pandemic, she was like my constant companion when I was writing the record. She was around a lot. She was always talking to me about what I was doing. I would always play her these demos and these songs. And then it came time I wrote this piece of music, and she heard it and fell in love with it. And she's like, I want to write a melody and some vocals for it and some lyrics for it. And I was like, okay, why not? Sure. And she came up huge for it.
And that's gonna be on the album.
That's on the album, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a second single. So
and your song "Son," is that autobiographic? I don't know if I'm saying the fucking
autobiographical.
Yeah.
Yes,
Is it?
that's correct.
Because you had me really fucking crying. It started making me think about losing my mom and shit, and I started crying.
Oh well, I'm sorry that I did.
I didn't lose her. I don't know if I phrased her because my teeth are fucked up.
Oh.
But it's my mom's like 80-something years old, so it's like started making me think, and I'm like, fuck, dude, that song really, like, I'm like driving, crying and shit, like, fuck, dude, like.
Wow. Well, I appreciate that, but I can't take credit. It is not my song. It is a song written by Eric Avery and Dave Navarro from Jane's Addiction.
Yes,
shit.
It's a song. They had a band after Jane's Addiction broke up. They formed a band and put out one record called Deconstruction.
Okay.
A self-titled album, and it's one of my favorite albums of all time. It's to me, it's one of the greatest records to come out of LA in the, in recent semi-recent history. Even though the record came out in the 90s, I think?
That was 90s.
Yeah, so semi-recent history.
Yes.
It's actually vintage. This shit is vintage. It's like when we were kids, the 70s and the 60s was like, now it's the grunge era, that era. It's like dad rock.
Yeah.
Sad, because we're like granddad rock.
And I know.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hot Topic says, what's up?
Oh, what's up, Alex?
Oh, hey. But anyway, I forgot that this is live.
Yeah.
This is cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
enjoying
live on YouTube right now, Johnny.
What's up? Anyway,
that was a great record, though, that Deconstruction record.
Oh my God, it was amazing. And
I've never heard it. I gotta go check it out now.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
It's really good.
But that song in particular, I always loved that song. And it's on their version of it is very, very simplistic. It's just guitars and vocals. It's really mellow. And like I said, I always loved the song, but I always thought to myself, man, I would love to do this song again, but I would do it like full band. And I did, and brought it to Mike and brought it to Mario Quintero from Spotlights, who mixed it and mastered it. And it came out really nice. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. But it's not autobiographical, but it definitely is. I mean,
it hits, man. It fucking hits, though, man. It hits you right in the fucking heart.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I've struggled with addiction in the past. I've talked about it before openly.
Yeah.
Openly.
Same.
And it is what it is. I got through that period of my life. I'm very happy to have gotten through that. But, at the same time, I think about that a lot. And so Son seemed like the appropriate song to cover.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the video is really nice, too.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
And Mike, you've worked with Mike since did you meet Mike in Candiria?
In kindergarten.
Yeah, no.
Because I swear I thought you were going to say that. No. You were like in I was like, what? No, I met Mike back in the day, like fucking, I think it was around the same time. I forget. I think it was like 89 or 90 when I met him. And it's a strange story that is totally related to Jane's Addiction. I don't know if you know that. But we were playing a show I was playing in a band called Patterns, which was like a crossover hardcore band. And he was playing in a band called, I think he was either playing in Rampage or Judgment Day. I always forget. I just heard him tell this story like 3 times.
Yeah.
You'd think I would remember. But he was in the dressing room. It was a fucking YMCA. There was no dressing room, but he was in the area where you could hang out by yourself.
Yeah.
So, and he's in there and he's like playing his bass. And I'm standing over there. I have my guitar. I don't even know him. Yeah. And he starts playing 3 Days from Jane's Addiction. Nice. He starts playing the bass line. And I'm like, holy shit. And I start playing the guitar line. And then, like, we turn around and I'm jamming with him. And I never met him before. And then we just start having a conversation. And then that was that. I never saw him again. And then, like, I think it was months later, my bass player, Greg, from that band Patterns, left the band. And my singer, Les, who I think you know Les, he's been around here many times.
Yeah, I've met Les.
Yeah. Anyway, he was a singer at the time, and he was hanging out with Mike. I didn't know that he knew him. And then, I don't know, just one thing led to another, and Mike wound up playing in Patterns, and that's how we met. That's how we became close. And eventually we formed another band called Dead Air after that, and then we wound up in Candiria. So,
nice.
So we've been playing together for over 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and knock on wood, we rarely ever have issues. So I'm really grateful to have that guy in my life.
That's good. I mean, you're both nice guys, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but you know how it is. Even nice
together,
guys,
I know. Yeah, dude, I mean,
fucking shit.
Shit. To me, I like before I started meeting like all like people from hardcore bands. I was like, you guys sound like some mean motherfuckers, bro. Behind them, looking on the stage and shit. I'm like, oh, these dudes are gonna kick some ass. And you come up, hey, what's up, dude? I'm like, oh shit, you guys are really nice, man. You know.
Well, not everyone.
Yeah, not everyone. But that's the thing with a lot of like, metal bands, hardcore bands. And, listen, most of those, bands who are into that kind of stuff are, they kind of let their aggressions out on stage and all that kind of shit. Most of them.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's some occasional dickheads out there.
Sure.
But going back on that, going from Candiria to like, style of music that is a little lighter. I love seeing bands do that. People from other bands doing that. I mean, Keith Caputo did it,
sure.
With From Life of Agony, and, Dax Riggs did it.
As I was going to say.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, there's so many bands that kind of did that, that they play heavy stuff, but then they go back to like playing some lighter stuff because you're playing some heavy stuff so often.
Sure, yeah.
It's like,
and I think it's the type of thing, I've always done this. I've always gone back and forth. I've always gone from like writing songs to like writing complex music and getting together with the Candiria guys. I miss both. When I'm in the sort of midst of one, I'm usually like, man, I got to get back to that. I guess that's just the way for me personally that my musical relationship like with those two worlds kind of is. I kind of want to, I love the fact that I can do both. But I think my heart really lies in the simple songwriting stuff. Not that it's simple, because
not simple at all, dude. Trust me.
It's not.
And you're singing it, and you're singing and playing it too.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, it is way harder to sing and play and do it right, sing on pitch, and than it is to play Candiria music. Candiria music is very atonal or dissonant. So you can get away with a lot. You can really bury a lot of shit. And people are like, they have no fucking idea that I just played everything a whole step out of tune. No one knows. Wow, I got through that and everybody applauded anyway.
Yeah, as long as you hit those time changes. You know what I mean?
It really. But I mean, we've had some doozies on stage anyway. I mean, there are moments where, God, one memory comes to mind. And I can say this because it happened on stage and it's publicly known, and I don't think Ken would mind. He'd actually appreciate me saying this. And this wasn't a mistake, but in the middle of our set, Ken got up on stage, Ken got up behind the drum set and just announced to an entire crowd of people, sorry, peeps, I got to go take a shit. I'm sorry. I'll be back.
Damn, what do you do for those 5 minutes while he's taking a shit?
Like, as fucking hysterical as it was, and it was so great. And that's the thing. I mean, we never took ourselves too seriously. Yeah. Because we were always just a bunch of fucking guys out there on the road trying to have fun. So when he did things like that, because it wasn't just one thing like that. Ken was he was a very colorful person in a lot of ways. He was really like, he would do unexpected things like that. And he just got a kick out of fucking life. And he he really kept everybody sort of everybody's spirits up, so to speak, you know. But in that moment, we were fortunate enough that he had another drummer friend there filming the set. And that guy, like I said, was a drummer. So we were like, yo, jump behind the kit. Let's do a jam. And we jammed for like 5 minutes. Ken came back.
I can't imagine having to take a shit and playing drums at the same time.
Yeah,
That's why he stopped. He was like, this has to happen right now. I have to go. He could have did it quietly. He could have been like, hey, do me a favor. Jump behind the kit. Do a jam. I got to go take a shit. Yeah. You know, but instead, he took that opportunity to announce to the world, you know. But that was fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Yo, you guys were great, though. It was great with Candiria back in the day. It was funny how I don't really consider it hardcore, but it was accepted in the hardcore community.
It's like hardcore / jazz / fucking progressive. Like, you guys were like the first fucking math fucking band out there, bro.
One of them.
Yeah.
We can't take total credit for that.
No, take it, bro. Take it.
Yeah, one of the ones that really made, there was other ones, but you guys really made that mark. I hadn't spoke to you about this before, but I know, like, it's got to be mad, like, when you have to play that one song, like, you know, of course you always have to play patterns and, you know, things like that. Like,
sure.
Does it make you crazy doing it? Or you kind of like, does it feel good when you see the crowd go fucking nuts?
I mean, you know, to me, honestly, I always loved switching it up. There were certain songs that Carly insisted on having in the set. Faction and Paradigm Shift were two songs. That
Faction, I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say.
I knew what you meant. Yeah. I knew what you meant. Even though you said all you had to say was any word, I'd be like, "Yep, he means faction." Yeah. But yeah, Carly would insist on those two songs being the set because look, we wrote so many different types of songs throughout the years, and if you look at our Spotify playlist, you'll see the most popular songs are songs we never play live. We just never do, and they're more like the radio friendly stuff that I just, you know, I made such a fucking. I don't know. I gave those guys such a hard time about it after all was said and done that I guess I just put a bad taste in everyone's mouth. I think Mike would say, fuck you, straight up, I'll play any fucking song from our catalog. And I really respect him for that. Yeah. Because he doesn't, like, he's another one, like, you know, if anyone has no fear about, like, getting on stage and playing whatever, as long, you know, if he believes, he wouldn't be a part of it, he didn't believe in it. He would never play bass on it or sang on it if he wasn't like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll stand up on stage and play this.
Is there a reason why you don't play certain songs, or it's just like it doesn't agree with the crowd, or is it too technical, or?
No, I mean, honestly, I think there's just so many, I think there's just negative sort of memories attached to certain things. And I think that really is really a big part of it. At least for me, I know that for a fact. But I think Carly too. I think Carly came sort of all the way around with it. Whereas in the beginning, he felt like we need to do something different. You know, we were working with a particular producer who was trying to make us like a band that could sell 150,000 albums. That was his quote. Right. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to get into who his name was because I have a lot of respect for this guy now. But then I didn't. I was like so fucking anti. Yeah. You know? But that was his plan, and I felt like, you know, look, it's contrived, and we're trying. This is exactly what I never wanted to do with my life. I never wanted to be in a position where I felt like I had to write something a certain way because this is going to sell more records. That's like a complete opposite of what I felt Candiria needed to do. And for the way I saw it was, we already got in Rolling Stone. We already got on MTV by doing exactly what the fuck we do. Yeah. Why change anything? Yeah. And I don't know why that didn't make sense to everyone.
You know, it was, that's so respectable. I mean, especially at that younger age, though, too, where you're like, fuck that, I'm not fucking selling out. You know what I mean? But it was like, listen, the first time I heard of Candiria, it was in Rolling Stone. It was the first, it was like the top 5 up-and-coming metal bands. Yeah. And the only 2 I remember was Meshuggah and you guys. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was like, who the fuck's this Candiria band? And then that's how I ended up hearing of you guys, you know. Cool. But it was,
it was huge for us. I mean, when that article came out, I think immediately we got a call from Sony Records, like literally in the next 3-4 days, and they were already interested in the band. Wow. And I forgot what happened. Something happened. It didn't work out. They were like, yeah, we want to sign you and we'll put you on the road. It was, you know, that shit just happens. You know, people come at you and they're just like, oh, we'll put a deal on the table, and you're like, nah, that fucking deal
I
sucks.
think they would have. I think Sony would have fucked it up.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever they came at us a whole bunch of different.
Because
huge
you guys
labels.
are
Atlantic, I think,
fucking
at the
pure,
times.
dude. Candiria is pure.
I think at that time we were like, nope, we don't want to do anything like that. We're good. We're doing really well. We just got in the Rolling Stone. Just keep it rolling. But after the accident happened, I think everybody's sort of attitude about it changed. I think, you know, everybody was starting to think about families. I mean, we just got hit by a truck, and we're all like, you know, lucky to even be able to play again or walk again, or that we're even fucking breathing.
Well,
you know,
I think also too. I mean, like, you know, age, you know, comes into that factor.
Sure,
also,
yeah,
you start thinking, you know, listen, when you're in your 20s, you're not really thinking about fucking the future as much as you are. Once you hit your 30s, you're like,
Sure.
you know, what am I doing in the next 10 years? You know
exactly. I mean, you know, in my 20s, and when I think about the band, like, you know, before I was in Candiria, I was literally going to give up music totally because I just wasn't getting anywhere. And then I'm in my 20s, and now I'm touring the world, you know? So I didn't give a fuck about money at all. All I cared about was I'm living my dream. But then reality hits, you know, when you're home and you can't tour, and now all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, wait, well, how do I pay rent? How do I fucking feed myself? So, you know, that's why we started talking about like working with a bigger producer and writing some songs. And, you know, if you, like I said, if you look at the Spotify playlist, if you go by that, those songs are the top songs. They really are. But they're not our favorites to play. They're not crowd favorites. They're not local favorites. They're not like the heart and soul of what this band is, you know, in my opinion, sort of the lifeblood of what the band is.
I actually had a question about the living the dream part. I always wanted to ask, like, right before you started living the dream, like, what exactly were you doing before? Like, okay, this music thing is like working out, but like, what were you doing? Where were you working? When did you say, okay, I'm gonna quit this job?
Oh,
when did that happen? And what were you doing?
I was working with my dad and my brother. My uncle Jimmy owns a business, Consumers Kitchens and Baths out on Long Island, and it's like 6 locations. And we would work in the showrooms, and we would build like kitchens and bath sets in the showroom. And so that's what I was doing. And you know, eventually, actually, I did that for a while I was playing in Candiria, and I was working full time basically. I would fucking miss days though. My brother would come and pick me up, and he'd be beeping the horn outside and fucking ringing the bell, and eventually he would just leave. And then he'd call me later in the day, like, "You're a fucking asshole, fucking prick."
It's good you worked for family; they were a little more lenient.
Yeah, I mean, I got away with murder.
Yeah,
you know, you know, my dad is the reason why I started playing music. You know, he insisted I try different things. You know, he was always he wanted something different from me. And I feel very lucky to be the one he chose for whatever reason. Yeah. I guess I was the baby. He already started raising 3 kids. I think he started thinking about things and like he, you know, saw an opportunity in me to kind of maybe give me some opportunities he didn't give my siblings. So he tried different things. He tried baseball first. I fucking sucked. And then he was like, "You're going to play an instrument." And I was like, all right. He goes, so pick one. And I go, I'll play the drums. He goes, nope, you'll play the guitar. I'm bringing you one home next week. I was like, okay. I didn't care. Like, I just started getting into like bands like Metallica and Sabbath, and you know.
Well, what was the guitar he brought home?
A Giannini nylon string acoustic, like a classical guitar.
Okay.
And I still have it. It's a beautiful guitar.
What was your first electric?
There's the one that I didn't steal. But the one that I took from my cousin, who didn't really give it to me.
You
borrowed it, man.
No, well,
borrowed
he
it.
knew I was taking it. I didn't steal it from his house. But he was like, well, okay, go ahead. It was like the pen in Seinfeld, whatever. Anyway. But I took that home. That was a Memphis Les Paul copy. And then my first guitar, like legitimately, that my mom and dad bought me was an Ibanez Roadstar 2.
Nice.
Really nice guitar.
You have a fucking Ibanez Roadstar too?
I do.
What color?
Well, now it's
aqua blue.
No, now it's brown.
My friend has a fucking Roadstar too with a fucking like a fendered neck.
Oh, really?
And it's a fucking aqua blue. Can never fucking find it anywhere, bro. He's like, you know, like fucking. I got the fucking. He called up Ibanez and gave him the serial number. They didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Oh, maybe somebody swapped the neck out.
I don't know. It looks official. It's like a jazz kind of fucking. You know, it's kind of got a little Ibanez body, but a fucking Fender neck, like they were trying to like fucking steal from Fender or something.
Oh, maybe they swapped the neck out.
How'd it go? What color was it when you first got it? Now
Silver.
Oh, silver.
It was like metallic silver.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. But did I answer the question?
But for the most part, yeah. And it's nice to hear like a lot of people like you had that kind of support, because I also play guitar and my parents didn't give a shit about any of that. And I remember when I was in high school, I said, okay, this is what the fuck I want to do.
Yeah.
When I was like cutting class, playing guitar on the staircase. And like instead of the security like swarming us, they would just like stop and just like listen. And I'm like, oh, they like this shit. This is what I want to do for the rest of my fucking life. And I could relate how you got your inspiration during the the lockdown and everything. I had worked so many jobs before that. Well, not so many jobs, but like so much time doing things that have nothing to do with music. And as soon as the whole world shut down, I'm like, cool, I could plug this guitar in. And now I have not stopped writing since.
Cool.
And now like I'm so much closer to like where I really want to be, like musically and everything like that. And I also write the same way you do. And also Steve Vai writes and plays the same way. I can play a lot of different things, a lot of different styles and everything like that, but I used to say that I had trouble communicating like verbally, but anything I can't say with words, I could pick up this guitar and I can fucking tell you.
Yeah.
And
I understand that.
I have to, there's something I'm trying to say, and I don't like to use the word try, it's not a part of my vocabulary, but there's something I want to say. And if I can't hear it and what we're playing, then like, I don't know, we're not talking the same language. I just recently turned down a band that like, they play great shit, they play great together, but I'm like, I can't hear anything. I'm just playing stuff, and I never want to do that. Like I was saying, like I don't want to sell out. I've worked this hard to get to where I am. Like I worked in a goddamn psych hospital for 5 years, so far away from music. Did a bunch of shit before ending up here. Met a guy that's like recording an album for me, exactly how I want it to sound. And like, yeah, this is a more established band. Everybody knows you guys, and you guys sound great together. But I'm like, I'm doing all right. I've gotten this far. I'm just gonna keep pushing it.
Yeah, it's all doing what what you love doing and what you feel comfortable doing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, like I wanted to be here, but I would have never guessed like that this is where I would be a year ago. And actually today is my year anniversary of being here, Jeff.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Happy anniversary to
A lot
us.
of anniversary. It's funny you mentioned Steve Vai, because he's one of the musicians that when I was very young, when I first started playing the guitar a couple of years in, I don't know if you know, well, I'm sure you do, if you know Steve Vai, the Crossroads movie. Yeah. And those scenes, I mean, me and my buddy Tommy, we ran out, and we bought whatever we could find by Steve Vai. Unfortunately, the only thing we could find, well, it was unfortunate then, this album that he put out called Flexible, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with it.
No, not that one.
Oh, give that one a listen.
Okay.
What's that like?
It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
Nothing a 14 or 15-year-old kid's going to get into. There's a song called Little Green Men on it, and you should definitely check that out because you'll really enjoy that one. And there's one called Salamanders in the Sun. I mean, this is like a really out there experimental pop record, I think like the weird Frank Zappa out there shit. The songs about like fucking, putting it up your poop chute and all that shit. Pretty much, it's in that style, But he played for Zappa for many years.
Yeah, he did. And then when around the Crossroads time too is when he started playing for David Lee Roth.
That's
also,
right. Yeah. So he was. I mean, he blew the fuck up from that.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone I think did the same thing we did, and they probably all went out, and the only thing they could find was Flexible, and I'm sure they all felt the same way if they were kids. But the funny thing is, my buddy Tommy, he was the one who bought the cassette. And we listened to it, and he's like, dude, here, you can have this.
Oh, then
This
you
is
brought
garbage.
it back. You said cassette, dude.
Yeah. Well, showing my age. But anyway, he was like, I don't want this. You can have it. And I was like, I'll take it. Fuck it. And I just kept it. And then years later, I popped it on, and like it made sense. You know what I mean? And I still to this day, it's one of my all-time favorite albums. It's such a wild, crazy fucking record. And when he does play the guitar on this album, there's a couple of songs on there. One of them in particular, Call It Sleep, is probably like his most iconic song. And it's absolutely fucking breathtaking, the guitar playing he does in that record. But anyway, I guess I'm not getting off track because you mentioned Steve
No,
Vai.
you're not getting off track, Johnny.
Not to make it about
Keeping it in
my
there.
experiences.
No, Steve
No, you
Vai,
keep it in there.
Steve Vai
I'm the guest, God damn it.
Exactly.
is definitely one of my favorite guitarists of all time.
Yeah.
And you would not. Most people, if you hear the music that I play, you hear the music that I listen to, you would never know that.
Sure.
But like, I get a lot of inspiration from Steve Vai. He's still fucking playing the
Oh,
way
he's
that
great.
You saw that recent shit that he just came out with, Teeth of the Hydra.
No, I didn't.
It's
I didn't.
insane. You should watch the video.
I'll check it out for sure. I do enjoy watching. I do enjoy watching him like talk, like all this stuff that's happening with social media. Everybody's just musicians and artists. All they're doing is like talking, or doing a lot more talking than they usually do.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy listening to him. I was on this podcast called Players Pick Podcast, and it's my buddy Chris Johnson, who was originally at Dunlop and MXR. These string and effects pedal companies that we were endorsed, that Candiria was endorsed by. Anyway, he was the guy who got me the endorsement, and he has this podcast about guitar picks. Oddly enough, I didn't know that anyone really cared beyond like when you're a kid and you get all these picks and you're like, oh, psyched about a fucking pick, But he takes it to another level where he's like really psyched about guitar picks. I'm like, this is fucking kind of nuts, but I'm, whatever, man. I'll talk to you about picks.
That's cool.
But he did one with Steve Vai.
Shit.
It was great to see them kind of talk because Chris is he's a really smart guy, very intelligent, very cool to talk to. Like he's very very knowledgeable guy, and very deep person. Yeah. So he's a great interviewer, and his conversation with Steve Vai was really, really fucking cool.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Steve Vai's got to be one of the most emotional guitar
yeah.
players ever. Like I gotta give it up to Steve Vai. How many times I got laid for playing Tender Surrender?
Oh, what album is that from?
It's a live one. I forget what album it was, but
okay.
Give that a listen. That'll get some underwear off.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I saw him a few years ago, and it was one of those tours. It was Joe Satriani and
remember you told me about that. I was so fucking jealous.
Yeah, it was awesome. And
Paul Gilbert there.
Yngwie Malmsteen.
That's right.
It was Yngwie Malmsteen.
Tosin Abbas was that?
Dude
was
from Animals as
Tosin-
Leaders.
Tosin, yeah.
Yeah. Him and Zach Wild.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
what a group.
Wow.
Yeah, honestly, it was fucking awesome. The most hilarious one was Yngwie Malmsteen. Like Yngwie, dude, there was a backup band the whole time. And Nuno Betancourt was on it also.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like him.
And he was great. I wasn't
a great
really an
guitar
extreme
player.
fan, but he was awesome, and he seemed really nice and whatever. But the whole time, the backup band is playing for each guitar player. But when and they're standing right up front the whole time, except when Yngwie Malmsteen comes on, they had to take a step back. The lights went dark on them, and it was like the Yngwie show.
Wow.
And it was kind of hilarious, and it was even funny.
Funny.
I think was it Joe Satriani was making comments on stage about how Yngwie was, he's like, we love him. You know what I mean? He's a little abrasive, but we love him. You know what I mean? And it was, he had the greatest shirts though. And it's because on the front it said Yngwie who, and then on the back it said Yngwie fucking Malmsteen.
Yeah.
I was like, if he wasn't such a douche, I would have bought a shirt.
I would buy it anyway, just because he's such a fucking douche.
Yeah. But
I would buy it and just be like, you fucking guessed it.
Yeah.
That douchebag.
Yeah, it was actually a great fucking shirt.
I know. And look, man, I don't know. I think that the idea of when this whole theory of the spectrum, people being on the spectrum. I think if we went back years and years and we studied certain people, he's definitely on the fucking spectrum. I think maybe Yngwie would fall on the spectrum somewhere.
I would think he would be on the spectrum.
And that's neither here nor there, whether you're on the spectrum or not. But I think certain personality traits and certain things that people do are clues. You're like,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, come on. It's what, I think this was probably 2018 when I saw him. And I mean, he still was his hair out and his fucking button shirt open with the fucking chains.
Oh, Jesus
Christ. Oh, yeah. With standing in front of a fan.
The hair blowing.
Yeah. I was like, fucking awesome. Yngwie fucking Malmsteen.
Oh my God, I'd love to have a conversation with the person that's in charge of his fans.
Oh, he's got to have
how many times he's gotten yelled at. Why wasn't my fucking fan on?
Yeah.
I'll put it on 3.
Yeah.
With great talent comes great responsibility.
That was cool. It was a fun show. I'm not really into that stuff, but it was a really cool show to see, and I got to meet Zach Wilde afterwards, which was cool.
Oh,
so
very cool.
It was fun. Yeah.
I actually, that's the thing. I think I don't know. Here I go talking about myself again.
Johnny, you're the guest. You're supposed to talk about yourself.
But I will say, I think one of the things about the record that I'm putting out, it's really like it's not an anti-guitar record by any means, but it is intentionally like using the guitar as sort of like a backdrop, and I mean, like if you know Candiria, the guitar is so active in each song. It's just such there's so many notes being played in every damn song. And I just wanted to be able to sort of like pump the brakes on that and find a way to use the guitar sort of as something that like when you heard the guitar come in, you were like, oh shit, I love that. But it's the easiest fucking thing you could possibly fucking do on a guitar. You know what I mean? I don't know. I hope guitar players do find something in there that they're really kind of psyched about, but I don't really care if they fucking don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Johnny, that's what I appreciate about you, man. Like you fucking do it for you. That's what you do it for.
I mean, me first.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
what's the point?
I don't know.
What were you listening to while like what kind of music were you listening to like while you were creating or before you were creating this?
Honestly, when I'm making a record, all I'm listening to is when I'm fucking creating. I'll be honest. Very rarely, like I'll listen to shit, but it's usually like it's just because let's put something on,
Yeah.
Certain bands that come to mind, I was listening to Link of the Star, maybe. I think maybe a Tom York record came out somewhere along the way. I don't know. I can't even remember. I'm so focused on listening to demos and writing and recording that really I'm just like obsessing. And it's a kind of a beautiful sort of mindset to be in because you're really like, I don't know, like I really get like on fire,
you're
like
focused.
Passionately,
Yeah.
and I get so sort of intense about it. I'm like walking around in a daze. Everything is like, the song is just going in my fucking head, but meanwhile I'm cooking and I'm cleaning.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of get into a really weird zone when it comes to that stuff. So all the rest of it becomes background. I'm sure there was a ton of shit I was listening to, but nothing like, oh, I was listening to this, and this is why this sounds like this. Yeah. It really was just...
you got your own thing going on anyway. I mean, from everything from Crooked Man to Spylocopa. That Spylocopa is still one of my favorite fucking records.
Thanks, man.
It's so fucking good.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's funny because it's on... I know it's one of Melody's, too, because it still pops on the playlist, like on Friday nights here. I'll hear the fucking awesome. Spylocopa song come on.
I love it. I'm glad, man, and that was a great experience. That was my first sort of venture, stepping out and like doing something on my own and producing something on my own. And I was very lucky to have people like Greg Puciato from Dillinger come along and sing and write.
Yeah.
Jeff from ISIS and Julie Christmas. Like who the fuck was I? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't give me
Well,
Johnny, you fucking rule.
Why LaMacchia? Why not a band name? Why LaMacchia?
Well, that's interesting that you asked that question because this was going to be another Spylocopa record. It really was. I was just gonna continue on, and it was. I had my manager Chris Enriquez from the band Spotlights, Revolver Magazine. He started once. That guy's another person that like if he gets involved in something, he's so like insanely. Like he works so fucking hard, and it's great. I'm really fortunate to have that guy like backing me up. But he had a conversation with this guy named Rob Gross, who works for Shark Attack Records, and
dope name for a record.
Yeah. Rob is also someone who's been in the music industry a very long time. He's very well aware of Candiria, our history. He's a fan. Spylocopa. The guy is he's been paying attention to me for a very long time. So when Chris mentioned to him that I'm making another record, he was pretty excited about it. He was like, yeah, he's going to put out another Spylocopa record. And Rob was like, that dude needs to think about rebranding. And Chris was like, what do you mean? He was like, Candiria, Spylocopa, these names have been around a very, very long time. And he's done so much with them, and it's great. But what he could use is a little shot in the arm and sort of rebrand it. And maybe he should think about using his own name. Yeah,
your last name sounds like a band name.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, that's the reason why it wound up being used, because that conversation, and at first I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Fuck him. It's funny. I've said that I'm intentionally doing this. I'm saying this every interview I do because I want him to fucking see it because he's going to have a fucking good laugh because he has a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
But I really like, once I reacted that way, Chris was like, oh, maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Let's just stick with Spinal Copa. It's fine. And then the more I thought about it, the more I couldn't let it go. I was like, all right, now that's it. I don't know. Something happened. And I knew it was going to happen because I got so fucking mad.
Yeah, I have to say, it even looks great. Like, it looks really nice.
Thanks,
you know what I
man.
mean?
Thanks,
Like,
I
I like the
appreciate
way it's written out. Like, it looks really nice.
Thank you. And, like, you know, I'm really, like, I'm fucking putting myself out there with the pink and the blues and all of this shit.
Do it, Johnny.
And I'll tell you, man, like, the concept for the album, I tried so many different color combinations, you know, with creating the album art. And for some reason, I could not get this image to look right. It couldn't get it to look the way I want it to look unless it was these ultra bright fuchsias and like bright blues.
Oh yeah, it's coming out. The single Angels to Light, just like all like purplish, kind of like
all of those like fuchsia, lavender, like these intense, rich colors.
And bleed out with the blue. It was fucking beautiful, bro.
This is the only way the art would actually look the way I wanted it to look. I got in touch with the guys from the label. I was like, guys, I don't know, man. What do you think? Is this too much? Is this crazy? Like, am I crazy putting out fucking a record with a pink cloud over me?
You kind of look like you kind of look like Keanu Reeves, dude.
Thanks.
In that photo, you look like Keanu.
You hear that, ladies? resumes, keep them coming. But they were like, no, we love it. We absolutely love it. And people have been responding well to it. Like, people are like, I love the art. I'm going to buy the record. You know what I mean? Like, great. I've put out records in the past where I'm like, people are like, I'm not buying that. It looks like shit. That fucking thing's ugly. Looks like throw up. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited for people to hear the rest of the album. I'm excited to continue making music videos. I'm having so much fun with that. Me and Candace made the Angels Delight one. She's so fucking creative and awesome.
You've gotten really good at the videos, Johnny.
Thanks,
You've done
man.
a really nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like I was saying the other day, I made a video for Eyes of the Sun.
Yeah.
And I saw that recently came up. I was like, holy shit, that looks fucking sick.
Yeah, come on, really good.
I was pretty psyched about that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like 2017, I guess we did. Yeah, we did it on the stage over here. We're like,
Right.
yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Steve always comes through.
Yes. Are you still working with, so you're still working with Steve, right?
No, I haven't worked with him. I
No?
tried.
Yeah.
And he's not around. The latest video I shot with this guy, Sean, from a band called Frail.
Okay.
And this is not for this video. This is the one I directed and edited this one myself. Well, Candace kind of co-directed with me. It's kind of her idea, her concept. But the new one, this guy Sean from a band called Frail, and this guy is like, I mean, he fucking raised the bar. Like, I'm never going to make a video by myself again.
Yeah.
Well, I say that now. Probably next week I'll be filming one.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's so fucking talented, and he's so incredibly fucking knowledgeable when it comes to gear and lighting, and like, he's just a brilliant. And this is not even what this guy does for a living. He's a musician. And he makes like patterns for clothing and stuff.
Nice.
That's what he does for a living.
Yeah.
This is just something he does on the side.
Right,
Like,
right,
fuck
right.
you, Sean.
Yeah, it's like the guy that's recording my album right now. He runs an IT company,
Oh, really?
but has an entire studio in his
Wow.
house. It's like, this is just what I love to do.
Yeah. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy when you meet someone like that and you're like, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Who's got just fucking talented
But
like
thank
that.
you, you know?
Yeah.
Thanks for the help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The label,
Aqualam.
Aqualam.
Mm-hmm.
Yours or somebody else's?
Not mine. Jonathan Swafford and Eric Palmieri, two very awesome artists and musicians, great musicians and artists in their own right. They've had the label for over a decade now, I think. And I was really interested in Aqualam because of their aesthetic, like their design aesthetic, you know? They put out books for each release.
Oh, nice.
Why not your own?
Too much work.
Too much work?
And I would be alone. I wouldn't have a team of people behind me. With Aqualam, I have, you know, they're spending money on PR. They're spending money on social media. They're spending money on ads. I don't have those resources.
Yeah.
You know? And they're great people. And I want this shit to fucking get, you know, on playlists and on the radio, and I don't have that with my label. My label is very like, yeah, I put out a record here, go buy it, that's it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
and if they don't, it sits in my closet, you know. But they're a real deal label, and they have a community of musicians. I just played a show at Union Pool, and it was an Aqualand Presents thing. So it was all Aqualand bands. I've never had that. I mean, maybe I've had that in the past with Candiria in the early days, like when we had like we were signed to Century Media. But that's the last time I ever felt like I was on a label that had an actual community of musicians that played together and like were interested in each other's work. So Frail is one of the bands on the label, and that's how I got hooked up with Sean. See, it's like all of these people like trying to help each other out, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm helping Sean and Frail get to the West Coast in August, you know, so we're all like pulling resources and helping each other out.
Nice.
So many cons, many pros.
Yeah, pros.
Many cons to not being with Aqualam.
Yeah.
This is fucking fun, man.
Hell yeah, man.
I gotta come back.
Yeah, you do.
When's the next episode?
Number 5, bro. You got to come back for
When's
number
the next
5.
episode?
Yeah.
Whenever Jeff wants.
Whenever you want to come back, Johnny. You want to come back next week? Whenever you want to do.
Hey, maybe I should. Maybe I should come back. We just
can do
fucking hang out, shoot the shit.
Part 2.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. I know. Well, you got to go to work soon.
What time is it?
1:30.
Oh, I gotta go now. I do have to go.
Album drops when before you leave?
May 20th, 11 days.
Where can they get the record?
Aqualam.org.
Okay.
Yeah, follow me on social media, LaMacchia Music on Instagram. I'm even on TikTok these days.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
One of my friends was just fucking showing me the other day. He's on TikTok. I was like, bro, you're 45 years old. You get on fucking TikTok? For the band, I get
I'm 49.
Yo, I got a friend who's in his 50s who fucking loves TikTok. And he's kind of TikTok well known because he's doing tons of fucking
Well,
shit.
there you go.
Yeah,
All you got
whatever.
to do is keep doing shit. Who's that guy? Oh, Cousine, look at me. I'm eating a slice of fucking pizza. The guy's the most famous fucking person in the world.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know.
I watched him, that guy, make eggs the other day just because he's fucking hilarious.
It's fucking insane. We live in an insane world. I can't make
Let me
sense
see if
of
you remember
anything
this. Candiria Buffalo, Candiria wings. Do you remember how to cook them still?
anymore. I could probably get through it with a quick tutorial.
All right.
You're talking about Brian South.
Yes, I'm seeing because I was watching a little bit of that, and I know he had some wings or whatever.
I would know how to make the wings. I don't think I remember the recipe for the yuzu sauce, whatever that sauce he made.
Yeah.
It's like some yuzu shit.
Yeah.
that was a good episode, bro, because you look like you loved it, bro.
Oh, I love cooking. I just cooked fucking burgers at home. I made nice tacos this morning. I made my own hot sauce yesterday.
Nice.
I mean, it's one of my.
LaMacchia hot sauce, bro. Put it out, bro.
Listen.
Come on.
And it's good too. Your friend, he's friends with Brian, so you know I'm sure it's comfortable to hang out with Brian.
Oh, it's great. Brian's
Yeah.
great. He
Yeah.
just opened his sandwich shop.
Yeah, he
Shout out to Mission Sandwich Social.
Yes,
On South 2nd?
something like that in
Bedford?
Williamsburg.
South 5th in Bedford, I think.
Yeah, I got to get over there this week.
Best fucking sandwich you will ever have in your life.
Have you been over there yet?
I haven't, but I was on his show, and he made a sandwich named after me.
Oh,
A
yes,
LaMacchia?
yes,
He
yeah.
made a LaMacchia.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he made a LaMacchia, man. I got to bring that back. I got to post that again.
Yeah.
But it was one of the best sandwiches I've ever had in my life. I mean, it was unbelievable. He makes his own bread.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, he's got skills, Brian.
Yeah, Brian is extremely talented.
Yeah.
We're both fortunate to know many, many chefs and cooks that are extremely talented.
Yes.
You guys never have to cook on Thanksgiving, bro.
What does that mean? Come to
Saying,
your
no,
house?
I'm saying. Well, no, you guys know mad chefs.
So that means we never have to cook on
I
Thanksgiving?
know.
Hey, chef friends, fuck you. You're cooking for me on Thanksgiving, baby. I want antipasto.
Yeah.
I want my fucking shrimp cocktail, pasta dish. No.
We were actually supposed to go to Thanksgiving at
Beauty.
At
And
Beauty
then
this
it got
year.
fucked up.
It got fucked up.
Yeah, well, I
fucking
don't know.
COVID fucked up. Whatever.
It did.
But we're going to the wedding next week.
That's
so
right.
it'll be
That's
fun.
right. That's right. All right, guys, I got to go to work.
All right, Johnny, thank you for coming out. Dee, thank you. Jamal.
Jamal D, thank you guys.
So
Thank
what
you.
is it, May 20th it's coming out?
May 20th, it comes out on Aqualam Records. Yeah, and I'll have more music, more videos. Follow me
August
on
4th.
social media.
August 4th, come to Lucky 13.
That's
He'll
right,
be playing.
we'll be
He'll be
here.
headlining here.
Exactly.
Different
And
color albums, right? Different color albums.
different cover albums all over the place.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Later.
Peace out.
Later. All right. I actually do got to run.